Alright, let me help you understand some things about this. This is a horse that has a hard time going barefoot because you can't stimulate the part of the hoof that needs to be stimulated in order for him to get what you want. What'll happen with this horse, because he's a little bit, IR sensitive, and so I want to help you people that are having problems with the way you keep your horse, or you can't do say a track system or something. So I had put shoes on this horse 14 days ago. So you'll see here, I'll come in here and scratch this again, right? I showed you this at 9 days, but see how much more depth I have here? So I'm going to come in and cut this. See, the frog is actually stretched forward, because when you start to lose concavity, your bars go forward, your frog goes forward. So this is only 14 days, right? All I'm going to do is just scratch that out, come around the apex of the frog, scratch this out, and I'm going to lift the front portion of this frog where it's starting to want to come off. So I'm going to take and cut that part off and just scratch across the front, because you can see I still have the dirt line. See right here, see that little bit of dirt line that's left? That's because that's really false now, because it's so stretched forward. So if you look back here where this bar had grown forward, this actually wants to scratch out of here. So he's got a lot more depth of concavity there than what appears right here, because this apex isn't reality. It's false. It's too far forward. I look at the groove here. See, I could take my knife and cut more of that groove out, and I will. But let me just show you a minute here. I actually had checked his depth of concavity when I put the shoes on, even though I didn't show you that video. See? And I had like 1/4 of an inch to 5/16 of an inch of depth of concavity. But you have to understand, this is not reality here. This is reality. Where this frog should be, that's reality here. Like I said, the dirt line is still there. So it's actually deeper than when it goes. But if I run the rasp across there now, I have at least 3/8 of an inch showing. So what I'm going to do is trim this horse up, and I'm going to put that new design shoe that I made for him. I just put standard shoes on, but I made another pair of shoes that actually flexes in they're steel shoes. But the problem with a foot like this, you'll have a lot of trouble in the barefoot world, because like I said, he can't stimulate the part of the hoof that he needs to stimulate. And so even if you put shoes on a horse like this, the shoe has to be put in the right position. If that shoe is put in the wrong position, it won't stimulate what you need to stimulate in order to get this to happen. See, most farriers don't understand it. You just put a shoe on, all they care if the horse is comfortable. You got to understand, even with a shoe on the horse, you're still going to stimulate parts of that hoof, which is going to help grow certain parts. You grow what you stimulate. So, for a lot of people that are barefoot, and I'm doing this to try to help people out and horses. There's people that have their horses boarded and they have no choice of how that horse is kept, right? For a lot of reasons. Yeah, you could try and find another boarding facility that runs a track system. The only thing is you got to realize, if you got to get somebody, it's going to cost you more because you're feeding the horse more. That place may not have an indoor arena, which is factors when you board. You may want to have that indoor arena factor. So I'm just trying to help horses and horse owners get through problems, these type of horses that have problems with this. And a lot of it, I'm constantly experimenting. A lot of horses are affected by vaccinations. A lot of horses are this has been an ongoing process. I've been doing this barefoot stuff for 8 years. But I've come to the reality and the factor of all these other factors that I'm talking about, why you can't get this horse to go barefoot. But can you get him in a set of shoes and get what you want? Once you start losing concavity, you're going to have all kinds of problems. So that's one of the major factors. And with this horse, he'll lose concavity. He'll want to grow toe to keep from stimulating what bothers him. The thing is, even if you leave him bare, when that toe starts going forward, the frog will go forward, the bars will go forward, the heels will start to contract. Yes, I had him on a track system. Yes, I got his feet to be okay with it. But it's a cost factor. I have a lot of pasture here, and I got to watch how much I spend instead of feeding this horse all the time. Plus the expense of me driving out here twice a day, putting hay out all scattered through that, because my track system's a 1/4 of a mile long, so it's a 1/4 of a mile out, 1/4 mile back. Gas. Well, if you walk, that's fine. It's good exercise, but it costs more. It takes more time. So I designed this horseshoe that flexes, which will help with the contracted heel stuff. But it's that losing that concavity that starts causing all these other factors. If I can maintain the concavity with the shoe on his foot, the bars won't go forward, the heels won't contract, and the fact of this new style horseshoe that I got that flexes, you're not going to have that restriction of the hoof. Now I'm going to get the flexion I want. I'm going to get pretty much everything I want. Okay.